Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up and grab your popcorn because what just went down in Dallas is the kind of NFL news that doesn't just shake up a franchise, it shakes up the entire league. I'm talking about something so unexpected, so seismic, that even seasoned insiders and veteran analysts were left stunned, scrambling for their phones and checking twice just to make sure it wasn't some elaborate hoax or a misreported rumor. But it's not. It's real. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, have just made a move that no one saw coming. They've cut one of their star players, a franchise cornerstone, a face of the locker room, a man who helped carry the team through battles, highlight reels, and playoff pushes. And this wasn't just any guy. This is a player with Pro Bowl nods, national jersey sales, and locker room leadership status. This move didn't just come out of nowhere. It came like a missile, completely blindsiding fans, players, and even members within the Cowboys' own building. According to multiple swirling insider discussions, and trust me, the NFL grapevine has been burning hot today. This player was informed this morning that he would be released, with the team citing football reasons that are clearly more complicated than they're letting on. And here's the kicker. This decision came directly from Stephen Jones himself, the executive VP of the Cowboys, and arguably one of the most powerful voices in the organization outside of Jerry Jones. Stephen reportedly called an emergency meeting last night, a behind-closed-doors summit with key front office figures, including the GM team, head coach Mike McCarthy, cap analysts, and player development staff. They walked into that meeting late, and they didn't come out until past midnight, and when they did, it was clear something major had just gone down. What we now know is that Jones had reached his breaking point, whether it was frustration with locker room tension, performance drop-offs, contract standoffs, or all three. This wasn't just a business decision, it was a statement. The Cowboys, who have always danced delicately between loyalty to their stars and the harsh realities of cap management, have now drawn a line in the sand. This star was reportedly offered restructuring options multiple times, options that would have saved millions against the cap this year and next. But according to sources close to the team, the player declined. He wanted to stand firm, maybe betting on his value elsewhere or hoping Dallas would blink first. Well, they didn't blink. They acted swiftly and ruthlessly, and now the NFL world is reeling. The move shocked teammates. Several were seen leaving the facility early today, reportedly stunned and upset. Some veterans allegedly confronted staffers, questioning why no one saw this coming or warned them ahead of time. One player even reportedly punched a locker in frustration. And fans? Don't even get me started. Cowboys Twitter is in a full-on meltdown. Fans are burning jerseys, trending "Fire Stephen Jones," and even speculating that this is part of some deeper front office power struggle, maybe even between Stephen and Jerry himself. The magnitude of this decision is enormous. Not only does it change the course of the Cowboys season, but it sends a chilling message to the rest of the locker room. Nobody is safe. No matter how high your jersey sells, no matter how many fans chant your name, if you're not all in on performance, attitude, and contract cooperation, you could be next. This isn't just about money. It's about control. It's about tone setting. It's about reminding everyone in that building, from rookies to 10-year vets, that this is a team first, not a star sanctuary. And let's talk about the timing. It's week 4 of the NFL season. The Cowboys are hovering in the playoff picture, but struggling with consistency on both sides of the ball. This is supposed to be the year they finally get over the hump, finally break through the NFC ceiling, finally silence the haters who say they're regular season pretenders. So why now? Why blow up the chemistry with a move this bold in the middle of a pivotal season? Well, according to reports, the front office had enough. There were behind-the-scenes frustrations brewing for months. Missed meetings, passive-aggressive jabs in interviews, conflicts with position coaches, even complaints about the player not showing up to off-season team activities. Combine that with a rising crop of younger, cheaper talent, nipping at his heels, and the writing was on the wall, at least in the minds of Stephen Jones and his circle. But make no mistake, this is a high-risk gamble. You don't just cut a star without consequences. Not only is there potential dead money on the books, but you've also now left a massive hole in your lineup, a leadership vacuum, and possibly created division inside a locker room already fragile after tough losses. Players are human, and many of them looked up to this guy. He wasn't just a stat sheet filler, he was someone rookies turned to for advice, someone who fired up the huddle, someone who gave blood and sweat for the star on his helmet. And now, gone, just like that. No farewell presser. No final game. Just a quiet release and a flood of media chaos. And what about Jerry Jones? The godfather of Cowboys Nation? The man who built this empire? Well, he stayed silent so far, but you know that silence speaks volumes. Either he's supporting Stephen fully and letting him flex more operational muscle this season, or, and this is the whisper floating around some insiders, this move was made behind closed doors, without full consensus. That would be a massive story if true, suggesting rifts at the highest level of Cowboys power. And that brings us to the future. What happens now? First, who replaces the star player? Is it a next man up scenario? A committee of role players? Will the Cowboys dip into free agency? Maybe swing a surprise trade? And how will this affect the morale and cohesion of a team already under the national spotlight every single week? Remember, the Cowboys don't operate in the shadows. Every move is dissected, debated, and amplified. And this move? This one will echo for weeks, maybe even years. The media frenzy is only getting started. Talk shows are already building their segments. Debate desks are heating up, and sports radio in Dallas is on fire. But more than that, this moment will define how the Cowboys are perceived by players around the league. Are they ruthless? Are they cold-blooded? Or are they just finally being bold, cutting through the noise, and making the kind of hard decisions championship teams are built on? One thing's for sure, every player on that roster just got a reality check. And the rest of the NFL is watching with wide eyes, wondering who's next. Because when a player of this caliber can be shown the door, no one else is safe. Not the aging vets. Not the guys who are injured. Not the ones who think their contracts protect them. The message is clear: produce, commit, or pack your bags. And for us, the fans, the analysts, the people watching this unfold in real time, this is one of those moments we'll never forget. Years from now, we'll say, remember when the Cowboys cut insert name mid-season? That was the beginning of everything or the end. Depending on how this season ends with glory or with collapse, this move will either be hailed as visionary or roasted as catastrophic. There is no in-between. So stay tuned, stay locked in, and keep your eyes glued to this channel, because the news is breaking faster than ever and will be here with every twist, every turn, and every fallout. Drop a comment below. Who do you think the Cowboys cut? Was it the right call? Are you shocked, or are you glad they finally pulled the trigger? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this madness. Because if there's one thing we've learned today, it's this: in Dallas, no one is safe, and the NFL just got a whole lot more interesting.